Hello there, Ice Rather here, and what you just saw was probably the most unfortunate way, I guess, I will ever start the video. And what basically happened was my hard drive was full, and I cleared out some space while the game was already running, and I got driven over by this huge ass moving container crane or whatever, which is moving around on Williamsburg. And right here I was actually looking for the switch because I remembered that the windows on this, that I've seen the windows on this room being open, and so I spent like I think a minute actually looking for the switch until I finally found it. But this gameplay is actually some DSG Reflex, I think just the Reflex side, no other attachments, no muzzle brake or whatever you can put on there. And the reason why I was playing with this particular gun was that there was a deathmatch tournament last week. So deathmatch is basically what Call of Duty would consider as free-fall. So basically everybody shoots everybody in the face and in the back. So basically just a lot of murdering going on. And so everybody had to use the DSG along with 3 other weapons in this tournament, and well, it didn't turn out too good for me, but it was still a lot of fun. And I didn't really have much attachments unlocked or anything because I just rebooted my suit. Once again, some Call of Duty terms, I think that would be considered as, I think, prestige mode. And, well, you basically lose everything you have and you get some fancy new level, which basically just gives you anything if you're some sort of an achievement or, and I guess to a certain point I must be one, because otherwise I wouldn't have done that. But anyways, I'm gonna talk a little about this gun. It behaves somewhat similar to how the melee in Crysis 3 behaves. So 1 shot on cloaked people, 2 shots on regular people, and 3 shots if you're in armor mode. So it's one of those guns where auto-armor can be kind of a pain in the ass, making you do that 1 extra bullet that usually you wouldn't have had to shoot, and now you do. But there is a way around this, and it does require some skill. But basically the special thing about DSG-1 is that it actually kills with 1 shot to the head no matter what. So I think the point I'm trying to make here is that the DSG, if you have a very good aim, is probably the best gun in the game to use, because it's practically a 1-shot kill to the head. And obviously there are other guns in the game, like the Gauss rifle as well, or the takedown, which also are a 1-shot kill to the head, but the Gauss rifle shoots a lot slower, and the takedown is a lot less accurate but shoots faster. So if you have a very good aim, this might possibly be the best gun in the game. So in this game I was using the rapid fire module, which basically gives you, I believe, a 25% higher fire rate when you have it leveled up all the way to level 3. And also I was using Weapon Pro, which lets you reload faster, scope in a little bit faster, and also, I believe, switch to your secondary a little bit faster. Mostly I use it for scoping in a little bit faster because, well, I don't really think you need to reload all that often, because if you have 9 bullets and you aim carefully for the head, and that should last long enough to get out of the firefight and then reload when it's all peace and quiet again. And for my 3rd module I'm using Maneuverability, which lets you move a little bit faster, which is always nice. And also the part which is a little bit more important for me is that you take no falling damage, so you don't have to armor up every time you jump down from a high altitude. And you can do whatever you want basically. You can be in stealth mode, which I like to do, to be a sneaky ninja, pop out behind a guy, and he basically never saw it coming. Suddenly there's a guy behind him and he pops him a fucking bullet in the face. In the face from behind. Which makes no sense, but that's besides the point. And another way to play efficiently with the DSG would probably be just playing a little bit more classically with like a sniper would, sitting back with a sniper scope, and it would be useful with that way to probably put on Retriever instead of, well, for example, maneuverability, because you're not going to be moving around all that much, and if you get kills from long range, you probably don't want to pick up your dog tags all the time, which you're going to have to do if you want to get kill streaks, radar, or whatever it might be. And the cool part about Crysis 3 is that you can actually switch around between these different techniques during game without actually having to die and choosing another class or picking up another gun from the ground, because what you can do in Crysis 3 is you can just open up your weapon customization menu, which I believe by default is set on a button like X or something. I have it on a different button, I actually have it on my mouse, but so what that lets you do is it lets you switch around between different attachments on your gun during the game. So to say, you know there's a camper sitting across the map, and you are not really that accurate with a reflex sight that I'm using here. What you can do is you can just quickly switch over to a sniper scope and shoot him across the map, and then you can just switch back to your reflex sight or whatever you were using previously and keep on doing what you were doing and murder people or whatever. Probably you didn't murder people, probably you're a nice guy who plays the video games to actually get shot and not shoot people. I don't know why you would do that, but I guess at least it's still better than getting shot in real life. So, this commentary is getting to an end. I will be posting a lot more Crysis 3 on my channel in the near future. Well, gameplay videos like this, commentaries, and maybe even a new montage. Who knows? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I see you on the next one. And till then, goodbye and happy Easter.
No, I got the right by noobs.
I feel you can push yourself a little harder.